We are live. Day two. Alright. Day two. We are live. Day two of the HD Riots. Day two. Alright. Day two. We are live. Day two of the HD Riots. Day. Alright. Don't think we got any viewers yet. Yeah, we're back. Back in Fallador, World 2, 302. Alright. Don't think we got any viewers yet. Yeah, we're back. Back in Fallador, World 2, 302. Alright. Don't think we got any viewers yet. Yeah, we're back. Back in gotta pop my retribution back on. I changed up my outfit look a bit. Got my clown shoes, my balloons, just to show how much of a clown jagex is. So jagex did make a statement today, just like I was talking about yesterday. They were most likely going to release a statement, within the following business days worth of time following the first day of riots. So I'll be talking about that as well. About that statement. Yeah, just talking about the facts of jagex and them being pieces of shit. Because the statement they released was not what people wanted to hear. Although they did name drop 117 and Adam from RUNESCAPE, and they claim they want to offer the 117scape plugin as a bridge until their own version is ready for release, which honestly, who knows what the hell that even means. I don't understand why they can't just release the 117 client. I think that's why most people are writing. Like, if they're going to apologize, if they understand the fan base is upset, why are they gonna acknowledge that the fan base is upset, but then still kind of be like, no, we want to do our own thing still. So most people, I mean, most of the comments I was reading on the Facebook page and the Twitter and stuff have been like, just release the client, that's all we want, just release the HD client. That's like, why do you have to beat around the bush and try and figure out your own solution for it when your player base, who is supposed to be able to vote on how this game is run. Clearly, everyone wants the HD client to release. So, been talking about how the riots aren't going to stop until the 117 client is released. Because that's what people want. People want the 117 client. You know, we pay, we say. So there's still a ton of people here. I know yesterday when I was in here in World 307, I think there was only like 1,400, 1,500 people. I'm not sure the current number right now. When I logged in today, World 302 was at almost 1,800 people. So I'm assuming there's more people here even than there were yesterday. Might have to do with time zones right now, and being more that like more of the America area is during gaming hours. But we you know, we want our HD client. We want 117 client. So we just got to keep writing. We got to keep writing, keep letting jagex know that they fucked up. Letting them know that they pull the scumbag move. Not let them get away with this shit. But yeah, I was definitely glad to hear that even after the statement jagex released, even after their statement today, people are still writing. I was kind of worried that people were gonna they were gonna hear a statement from jagex and be like, oh, okay, cool, we don't need to write anymore. But nope, there's even more people. Even, I mean, obviously you got to be upset when jagex basically was like, oh, we absolutely intend to act on your feedback. The first line of the statement they released is, we hear your feedback loud and clear and we absolutely intend to act on it. But then they go and they talk about how they're trying to beat around the bush and find their own solution and blah, 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 blah. They still want to do their own client thing. It's like, if you want to act on what you're hearing in the riots, what the people want is they want the 117 client. They want HD, the RuneLite HD client. So just release it. Just let it go. You don't have to make your own HD client. There's already one made, and you don't have to pay your developers to do it. Instead, you shut down someone who spent 2,000 hours of their own time to make it, and you want to tell them that you'd rather do it yourselves. And you know, it's just clown. So I got my clown shoes on, got my balloons. They're just clowns dressing like clowns. Fucking jagex clowns. Why are we going counterclockwise? Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure why the rotation. Actually, not counterclockwise. Actually, that's totally going clockwise. Um, it was going the other direction earlier today before we started streaming, but now we've switched back. I think this was the direction we were going last night too. So just might as well keep going this direction. But as you all can see, there's still a ton of people here. Still a ton of people, even more than I would argue. There's even more people here than yesterday at this point. So once again, jagex released a statement, and it wasn't what people wanted to hear. So when you know, we want what we want. jagex, this game only exists because the player base, you know, made this game exist. We demanded this game. And without the fans, jagex wouldn't be anywhere, and they need to listen to us. We pay, we say. Yeah, day two still going strong. Still just as many people here in Falador, if not more. I think there's more people here today. The world was more crowded when I logged in today, so um, tried to adjust the resolution to see. Yeah, it still won't let me do 1080. I don't know why. It's not doing 1080. Who knows? Oh, there we go. 1080. All right, cool. So yeah, it is letting. Is allowing 1080 now. We pay, we say. Getting spam calls on my phone. We pay, we say. Go stand in the middle here and we can get a better view of the whole shebang, all of what's going on. We're live in Falador, World 302. Come join the riot. Yeah, we are live in Falador. Riots, the riots, 2021 HD riots. See what we got people saying. Jail all mods. Free HDOS. Mod Ash Twitter comments are closed apparently. That's fun. That's good to know. Don't trust the blog posts. Definitely not. Current bitrate is I'm pretty sure I have my bitrate set on 4500. Yep. 4500. We pay, we say. All right. What do we got? RS Lives Matter. We pay, we say. Do not subscribe yet. Vote no, Group Iron Man. Yeah, there's always got to be people who don't want the new shit. Dumb. Stream health is excellent. Okay, finally. Finally, thank you. The riots won't stop till 117 client is released. Fuck, I keep my potions running out of prayer potions way too fast. Earlier there were actually some people giving out free prayer potions earlier. Haven't seen them recently, but definitely kind of nice. We got to have our retribution on though. So we demand retribution. Jagex's fucking behavior and how they've been uh, handling this whole situation is just kind of lame. Someone just spamming Zizima. Zizima doesn't play old school. Pretty sure I don't see him ever on old school. I'm in his clan on RS3, and he's usually on RS3. So don't know. Don't think he even plays this game anymore. I don't blame him. Maxed everything in this game. He's got shit. He's got shit on RS3 to work on. 3117 free HD. We pay, we say. Hold the line. I got AIDS from jagex. And some of these people are fucking hilarious. Jagex uses autocorrect. Give us RuneLight HD. I don't. Why do people keep saying, "Hey, everyone, I just did something very willy, very silly." I love. There's always the people here too, like people are whining over a game. Why are you writing in a game, complaining about a game? Because we know we get what we want when we're brats and we sit here and we riot and we complain. We pay, we say. 3117. Yeah, their blog post, the post they made today is kind of lame. Gonna go on Twitter real quick and check their Twitter account. Um, see if there's any updates on Twitter. Sure. Last I saw was yesterday. I'm sure they have their post on here. Same one that I saw on Facebook earlier. Let's see, old school RuneScape's Twitter page. God, there is a ton of people here today. This is great. I love seeing the fans come out. So yeah, we hear your feedback loud and clear. Yesterday, following yesterday's statement, we've been discussing that feedback all day. I'm sure they have. I'm sure that's all that's going on in jagex headquarters is I'm freaking out about these riots, which could scare them into it. Check the blogs for today's entry statement. Yeah, don't listen to the fucking blog. I'm pretty sure they're just trying to silence the riots. They're just trying to get people to stop. Uh, yeah, it's just them trying to put out a fire. They think they can put one blog post telling us that they're working on it, and nope, no, we're not gonna listen to that shit. We pay, we say. Great to see. It's a great turnout every day. I'm glad the riots aren't dying down at all. Definitely nice to see. Sorry, I haven't been talking. I've just been sitting here spamming stuff into chat on here on RuneScape. Jagex needs to listen to us. We need more action. We need action from Jagex. We don't need bullshit blog posts. Jagex needs to listen. Jagex and their bullshit blog posts. Great turnout today. Jaggle Flex sucks. We pay, we gay. Kind of think that's kind of funny. I kind of like that. That's catching on. The we pay, we gay, or we pay, we say we gay. We have been heard. This guy keeps spamming. We have been heard, but that's not the point. being heard isn't the point. Being heard and seeing action is what counts, you know? Jagex heard us, and then they posted some bullshit blog post with no solution, just empty promises trying to silence the riots, but that's not going to help. They can't just silence the riots until obviously the people are saying what we want. We don't want... Yeah, sure. Trying to... Is this the actual Zizima? I don't think this is actual Zizima. I'm in the actual Zizima clan on RS3, but I don't see any of the same people. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, we need more action from jagex, not just their bullshit blog posts, empty promises, trying to silence everyone, trying to silence these riots by giving empty promises, and they're bullshit. Bullshit jagex. We pay, we say. We don't want bullshit blog posts from jagex. We want action. We want to see 117 client released. There's definitely more people here than there were yesterday, which is good. Shows that the bullshit blog posts that jagex released today just made everyone mad, because that's how it should have made people feel. Instead of action, they released a blog post full of empty promises and just trying to silence the community, trying to silence the riots with their bullshit blog post. But people need to see action. They don't want to see bullshit blog posts. They need to see action, and the riots are going to continue until the 117 client is released. And we don't want the client to be a bridge between... I mean, why would jagex not just release 117? Why do they want to have to do all the work over themselves when one of their fans, someone who's a fan of the game, spent over 2,000 hours of their life creating the HD client, the plugin for RuneLite, and now jagex wants them to stop and they want to do all the work themselves? Why not just hire them? Why not just add Why not just add that client in if that's what all the people want? Which is why everyone's still here, even after their bullshit blog post claiming they hear us and they're gonna actually. Let's see. Let me pull up the fucking. I screenshotted the post they made earlier. We hear your feedback loud and clear, and we absolutely intend to act on it. Following conversations today with 117scape and Adam from RuneLite, we are exploring options on how we can work together to offer 117scape's plugin as a bridge until our own version is ready for release. So they still refuse to let 117scapes be the actual HD client. Like, why? They only want to use it temporarily until they do their own thing. Why do they want to do their own thing? It's already been done. It's already been made. Why? Like, doesn't make any sense. Let's see. They say, we know we need to do better in providing a clear vision for our own client. Yeah, you need to do a lot better at a lot of other things too. Maybe listening to your fan base. Why we made this decision and what this means to the game and community in the longer term. We will start to do this over in the coming days. So I guess they claim they're going to be making more statements in the coming days, but you know, that's not, we don't want statements. The players want to see action, and you can see by the hundreds and hundreds of people who are here. I mean, there's multiple hundred more people in this server than there were yesterday. So obviously what these posts they're making haven't pleased people, and there's even more upset people now today. So this is, I mean, the riots are going to keep going until the 117 client is released. So you can tell we're seeing people posting like, you know, 117 lives matter, HD lives matter, free 117, free HD, we pay, we say. It's quite obvious what the player base wants. I don't know why it's so hard for jagex to listen. You know, what their statement today should have been is we're recalling our previous statement and we will allow 117 client to release. That's what they should have said. They should have just allowed the release of the 117 client, the HD client, instead of their bullshit blog posts trying to, I guarantee it was them. They're trying to sound like, oh, if we tell people we're going to work with them, maybe they'll quit rioting. Maybe the people will, you know, comply with the, no. Nope, even more people are upset. And if you go on their Twitter and on the Facebook page, you can read all the comments. All the comments are telling, just release the client. Just let the client out. Just let us play HD. Just let 117 client plugin go. Just let it happen. But no, jagex wants their own, which the jagex client is trash, which, I mean, there's a really good reason why the majority of the fan base is using RuneLite. I mean, that's the point, is to stay until 117 is released. Jagex's client is trash, and everyone uses RuneLite, so it was ready to release, it was ready to go, and right before they decided to not allow it, and they want to do it themselves, and they don't even have an HD plugin or they don't even have anything ready to go or anything. So why would they not just let the HD client out if it's already there? They wouldn't have to do any of the work. Somebody already spent over 2,000 hours making it, and they want to do it all themselves. It doesn't make sense. It's not going to release. I would beg to differ. They're already, in their statement today, they already said they're in conversations with 117scape and Adam from RuneLite, and they want to at least temporarily release it until their own version is ready, which I don't think makes any sense. I think they should just release it for good. I mean, if people don't want to use it, then they won't use it. If people want to use it, then they can use it. But basically what they're saying is they are going to temporarily, at least, use it as a bridge between it said what they said, blah, 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 exploring option on how we can work together and offer 117scape's plugin as a bridge until our own version is ready for release. So they are considering or planning on releasing it. So I mean, you can't say it's not going to release. It will release, if not just temporarily, but that's not what people want. That's why the people are even more upset today. Is because they basically are like, well, yeah, I mean, we can have it temporarily. What? That's not what people want. People want the client to release, and nobody fucking uses jagex's client in the first place. So I mean, it doesn't make any sense for them to try and do it themselves when it already exists, and it's probably going to be better than what they have. I think the main reason why they were okay with it is it has to do with like the source code and stuff, which I'm pretty sure it's been kept private. Which it's on RuneLite, so some of it's out, but some of it's not. So that was, I mean, back in the day, there was a stream where Mod Matt was even talking about the HD client and how he was excited about it, and he said that he thought they were doing it properly. So the way it was being made out of the mouth of Mod Matt, he said they were doing it correctly. So not to put the source code in danger. But I think jagex just wants to do it all themselves. They want to be able to do it themselves. And I mean, if they should just hire 117 or let him help them make the HD client. So it doesn't make sense that they don't want an already made plugin and they want to try and do it themselves on their client that nobody likes and nobody uses. Everyone uses the RuneLite client anyway. Might as well just put it on there. Very obvious what the player base wants. So it doesn't make sense for them to not listen to the player base. And they already have. After, I mean, less than... I think it was like less than 12 hours after the riot started, they released their statement. Which is what I was saying last night in the stream last night. Is what I was saying is... because it was nighttime in England, which is where jagex is, and by the time we stopped streaming, it was just about time for like the workday to start. And I said that as soon as the workday starts, we're going to see a statement from them, and we did. Basically, as soon as the workday started, they released their statement. So they obviously they hear the fan base, and I mean they're going to have to act on it. Yeah, it's exactly. It'll take them years, which is why would they? Why would they want to spend 4 or 5 years or however long? Because it would take them even longer probably than it took 117 to do his client. He spent all the time doing it. I mean, 2,000 hours. Who knows how long? 2,000 hours over how many years? You know, did it take him to make that? Doesn't make sense. Why they wouldn't work with him? Instead, they're bent on doing it their own way. Just seems pointless to me when it already exists and they could just implement it. And I think a big part of a lot of the fan base and the players' fears are they're blocking something third-party client related. So I think the fear is that if this keeps going and if jagex is allowed to keep doing this, eventually though they just won't allow third-party clients. So I think this is the argument is more in defense of third-party clients than just the HD client. But they obviously can't. I mean, more people use the third-party client than their own client, so I think that's another reason why people are so upset right now. But obviously, I think you are right. There is definitely a lot more to it. I mean, I'm not a developer. I just think that if I were a developer or if I worked for a company that had a game and someone did all the work themselves to release an add-on or a plugin that the majority of the player base wanted, that I would work with them. I don't think I would... I mean, because the first thing they basically set cease and desist. They were basically just like, no, like absolutely, you need to stop doing this. You can't keep working on it. You can't release it. The HD client, blah, blah, I can't have that. That's just a shitty fucking thing for them to do. Yeah, so there was, I never saw the actual statements. I don't know if they were tweets or posts on what social media, but some developers and mods have come out and said they weren't against it. This wasn't a decision made by the developers. This was obviously, yes, made by people higher up in the company. Most likely has to do now with the fact that RuneScape and jagex are owned by a parent company that's a big fucking corporate conglomerate, and they probably have rules about third-party stuff, which is lame. But you can also go look at the stocks of what is called the Carlyle Group, I believe, something like that. Their stocks have been plummeting in the last 24 hours because of most likely because of this. So the fact that it's going to affect that, I think that's going to allow them to make decisions that'll benefit the player base more when this is affecting the higher up corporate people because it's like the shares and the stocks are plummeting. Oh, look, we got it's like a drop party going. I saw a bunch of rune helmets and rune items pop up there for a second and they disappeared instantly. It's kind of funny. Obviously, we got the pink skirts being dropped. It's a classic callback to the older riots, like the PK riots and the free trade riots. Definitely a lot more people here today than yesterday. Obviously means that the player base is not happy with jagex's response. Yeah, the fact that devs have come out and said that they weren't this decision had nothing to do with it. If I were a developer for jagex, I would absolutely want this to be a thing. I would absolutely, it literally saves you all the work of having to do it yourself. And it's what the people want. So why as a developer now you're thinking, "Oh god damn it, now we have to make this whole thing ourselves." And they saw like this took a guy a long time to make. So now these developers like, "Great, we're going to have to start from scratch and do this all ourselves." And the J mods, J mods and P mods they cannot be happy with this. I've seen some player mods here earlier today when I was in here. I'm not sure. There was one standing over kind of by the store here. I don't see him anymore. But yeah, this is probably chaotic for them. They're having to manage this. The servers, there is some big server lag and stuff. And yeah, it's a nightmare. There's no way the just average employees at jagex are happy about this. It's 100% came from a higher up position in the company, which they're going to see real quickly that the player base of RuneScape doesn't give a fuck about what the corporate people want. The game old school only exists because it was demanded by the player base. So you have to listen to the players in a game like this, or you just like you see their stocks in a plummet. There's been a ton of people unsubscribing. I've seen a lot of conversations of people talking about how many days left they have to protest in World 302, and I guess I haven't actually checked World 301 today, but there's a lot of people who are going to be moving over to 301 because they're not renewing their memberships, canceling their memberships, their bonds and everything are going to run out, and they're not going to be paying. So World 302 is still big right now. Everyone probably still has memberships, but as soon as people get rid of their memberships or their memberships run out, people aren't going to be renewing, and then the riots are going to move over to World 301. I've seen a lot of people talking about that today. A lot of people have been saying I have blank amount of days until I have to go to 301. Buying bonds, 1 gold piece each. Yeah. The economy in the game is probably going to take a big hit from this. The actual economy of the game, the stock prices and stuff have already been plummeting. Prayer ran out and didn't even notice. Pot up real quick. I don't see him now. I know earlier there There's a few people. I think they're over by the bank maybe still. There was some people giving out free prayer potions earlier, so everyone can keep their retribution up. No, not seeing them anymore. Yeah, I'm gonna go over check the go check the party room. I know yesterday people were the drops in the party room were wooden chairs and ropes, which is honestly hilarious. See if that's still going on over here. Oh, shrimps. Lots of shrimps. There's not that many people over here anymore. Yeah, the party's died down a bit. Party room. Get back over here. That's it. All the cannons start to load in. You know, people. Release HD. We pay, we say. I'm gonna spam some stuff real quick. No, Flash 2117s. Will I be unsubscribing? I don't actually have an active membership on RuneScape. I had a bond in my bank that I used just to be able to come here and protest. I do not plan on spending any money. I have enough gold to get bonds, so I don't think I will. I think eventually when my current bond runs out, I think I'm just gonna move over to the free protest. World 301. It'd be interesting to see how bond prices drop. I think what they were at like 5.5 mil, I think, before this started, if I'm not mistaken. I'm assuming that price is going to drop. I have what 13, no 12 days, 11 days. I don't even remember left. We'll see. I mean, hopefully, I would say I hope that these riots don't last that long. You know, I'm hoping jagex fixes this issue or allows it to release before people's memberships run out. But who knows? Maybe that's what it'll take. I think last night, someone had looked it up and they posted that memberships were down 15% already as of the first day of the riots. Memberships have been down 15%. So I think that's going to continue. Obviously, I mean, people are standing here. You can see hundreds and hundreds of people. I mean, the player base of this game, if you remove all the bots out of this game and you know, all the, I guess the Venezuelan gold farmers don't really count just because they're doing this to make money and not to actually play the game, but the actual player base, excluding bots and all the gold farmers and stuff, if you exclude them, the player base has been dropping and there's not that many people, not as many as there were. I mean, look at the hundreds and hundreds of people standing here, not even playing the game. So the people obviously don't care about playing the game. So I don't think people are going to be renewing. A lot of people probably do have bonds stuck, like left in their bank, like I did. So people will probably be using bonds they already had, or spending gold, in-game gold on bonds, but which is fine. There's no problem with that. I think the problem would be is it's spending real money on the game. Don't want to be spending real money on the game right now. It's now that they're a big corporate owned by a corporate conglomerate, money is definitely going to be something they listen to. So with their stock prices dropping and membership dropping, there's going to need to be action taken. And I know my friends who play this game, everyone has talked about not renewing membership. Pretty much everyone I know, and I've been seeing tons of people post about it. I mean, on Facebook, on the Facebook group and comments and posts, people have been posting their screenshots of their membership cancellations, confirming the cancellations. Oh, someone wants to trade me. What we got here? An antidote and a needle. Yeah, I'll give a prayer potion. I don't give a fuck. I'll lose some money on it. I have a ton of prayer potions in my bank. I thought about maybe just giving some out. So people can keep their retribution going. Gonna follow these people for a sec. I will be right back. I gotta use the restroom. All right. Don't have membership, but honestly, this has made me not want to play again. Or this has made you want to play again. Everyone in the community standing together is great. The players are a lot of fun. Exactly. I think that's the most important part of this is people need, like, maybe jagex's new corporate overlords need to be shown how important listening to the player base is, which is great. I mean, it's not that this has made me want to play again. I play both old school and RS3 recently. I've been playing a lot more RS3 than old school. That's why I didn't have membership here. I was using bonds instead of membership on old school because I've been playing it a little bit less since I've been playing RS3. But do you think jagex will ban third-party clients in the future? I hope not, but I think that's another. I mean, obviously people are more concerned right now or more vocal about the plugins, but I think a big concern for a lot of players right now is that jagex making this decision against HD is one step closer to them banning third-party clients. I think, especially with how adamant they are with having their own HD instead of having a RuneLite plugin. I think that it's scary. It is scary because this is definitely, I mean, all their statements they've said. I mean, I can read the statement they posted about the riots. They said, following conversations today with 117scape and Adam from RuneLite, we are exploring the option on how we can work together to offer 117scape's plugin as a bridge until our own version is ready for release. That's a scary statement because that's them saying that they only want to temporarily use it until they have it on their own client. That's scary because once they have features from RuneLite on their own client, what's to prevent them from banning any third-party client? Which I hope they realize how much of a mistake that is, considering the majority of their fan base doesn't use their own client. I'd love to see the statistics of it, but I'm willing to say, without even knowing the statistics, that the majority of people playing old school probably use RuneLite instead of the RuneScape client, which I don't know if many people even use OS Buddy anymore. I haven't heard much about OS Buddy in a long time because I know that used to be really popular, but RuneLite is definitely like the most popular third-party client, more popular than their own client. And I mean, I feel like their client probably picked up a lot more players when they added it to Steam. But yeah, no, people will absolutely lose their shit if jagex like bans third-party clients. But yeah, this is definitely scary because it is a step towards that. And their public statements about the HD client have made it quite clear that they want to focus on their own client and they don't give a shit about anything third party. Scary. I mean, that will ruin the game. I don't think people would even riot if they ban third party clients. I think people are just gonna stop playing. I honestly, I think anyone who uses RuneLite, if that happens, they just won't log in anymore, and that'll be the protest, is that people just won't even log in, which is gonna kill the game because the player base for old school has let's just say it's not been increasing compared to what it used to be. It's definitely down right now. They can't risk anything that'll make people quit playing the game. I think they have to know. I mean, they have to know the majority of the players. I mean, any streamer you watch, I mean, there's streamers and there's content creators who have won Golden Gnome Awards who only play on RuneLite, who only play on third-party clients. So I mean, I guarantee they're aware. Maybe I don't think maybe the I'd say maybe the corporate people who make all the big decisions, they might not be as aware, but the J mods and the devs, the people who actually work for jagex and work on the game, I guarantee they are 100% aware. Because I mean, a lot of them, I mean, J mods do take part in, they observe the community. I mean, I guarantee there's been J mods observing these riots. So I mean, the RuneScape employees definitely know. I think that the majority of people use RuneLite. It's just the question is if the corporate overlords who make the decisions, if they're aware or if they even care. Who knows? I think that's one of the worst decisions they could make is to ban third-party clients. Especially because they have basically recently in the last couple years basically come out and said, yeah, we are okay with RuneLite. And they can't just go back on that decision. This is crazy. I love seeing this. It's great. Really awesome just seeing the community come together. And it's crazy because, I mean, everyone just knows. Everyone just knows World 302. Like if something happens, everyone knows to go to Falador and World 302. That's how it's always been. Long as so I mean, yeah, so I can't remember the exact days. If you want to learn more about some of the previous riots, I was talking about yesterday. There's a YouTuber, an old school YouTuber named Crumb, if you're aware, CRUMB, his name like breadcrumb. He has a two-part video series where he talks about the history of some of the riots, and I want to say the PK riots and the free trade riots were probably the longest ones. Which I mean, because of those riots, those were really the kind of the big ones that because of those riots changes were made in the game, and that's why people riot now, is because jagex listens to the player base. And this riot having only gone on for, I mean, we're on day 2, and it is already past work hours in England right now. I think it's 4:38 here, so yeah, it's almost midnight in England. So day 3 of this is technically on England time. Day 3 is starting in a handful of hours. So I mean, as of right now, we're not going to hear anything more. I was checking Twitter, but there's not going to be any more updates on Twitter right now, obviously, with it being nighttime in England. But tomorrow, I mean, in the next 6 to 8 hours, I'm sure we'll get another statement from jagex, some bullshit blog posts on this. But this is day 3. I think is nowhere near a long riot. I think there's definitely been long ones. I want to say some of them have been weeks long before changes happened, which I really, really hope this riot and protest doesn't last that long. It shouldn't. They should have fixed it today, considering the fact that jagex wouldn't have had to do anything themselves. Like, they would, to stop this riot, jagex doesn't have to do anything. All they have to do is say, okay, you can release the HD client. That's all they have to do. Their devs don't have to do any work. Their JMods don't have to do any work. They don't have to spend any money to make any fixes. This is literally them. They could make a statement saying, we take back what we said about the HD plugin. We're allowing it. That's all they had to do. So they could have already fixed this. So if it takes you know, a long time for them to make that decision. I think it's kind of fucked up. I mean, this literally could be solved with a statement. They don't have to do anything. No money, no work, no manpower, nothing. All they have to do is say we allow the plugin. No, doesn't make sense. Honestly, day 3 is ridiculous. They should have made that statement after day 1. They should have woken up the morning yesterday or today, I guess. Yeah, today, yesterday. They should have woken up and been like, "Holy shit, there's riots. We should probably do something. Let's release a statement saying we're okay with it." And at least let the client release. I mean, the client's ready to release. Let the plugin release and then deal with it. Like that way they would have they could have gotten rid of the rioting. But yeah, exactly. The longer they wait, the more damage is done. And like I said, all they need is a statement to end this. But instead, now we're going on days, and every day that goes on is going to be more people not renewing memberships. Memberships are going to start expiring slowly here in the next few weeks as this goes on, and people aren't going to be renewing. So, I mean, they're going to lose money. They definitely, I think their crowd control for this situation is not very good. They definitely should have just allowed the plugin to release and then started working on it, you know, behind the scenes, trying to figure out a solution instead of like basically outlawing the plugin. Now the fans are rioting, and it's just no good. I don't know. Their customer service is, I mean, they're not known for their customer service, but the public relations is now taking big ol' hit. Let's see. Yeah, so I have multiple friends that play this game almost every day, and none of them are online and haven't been online for the last couple days. So I mean, I do have friends that actually have like just straight up quit playing this game. They don't even care to protest. I like to be here and come together with the community and to be a part of this, and I want to, you know, for the people who maybe are at work and can't be playing, you know, stream this so people can at least still observe the riots and watch, see what's going on. I mean, that's basically why I'm doing this. I don't have anything to do today. So probably just gonna stream a little bit at least every day that these riots are going on, just so people can, just to keep people informed and let them know it's still going on and people are still upset and that jagex is not making the right decisions. When I woke up this morning and I saw that bullshit blog post they posted, I was just, I mean, like I said earlier, it's scary too. It's scary seeing them basically publicly say that they're working towards not allowing third party stuff. It's not a good direction for them to be going. It was, and I think the second statement they made even more people mad than the statement of the first one they made, because there is, I think, quite obviously more people here. I don't know the numbers. So yesterday when we were on here, there was about 1,500 people in World 302. Today when I logged on, there was almost 1,800 people in World 302. So there's, I mean, I'd say at least a couple hundred more people, I would assume, here. I don't know why that many people would be in that world and not be here for the protests. I'm also curious, I don't know if anyone in here has been to World 301. I haven't seen World 301, see if there's protests going on there, but I think, like I said, there's people have been talking about like, oh, I have this many days left until I have to protest in World 301. So I think as this goes on, World 301 is going to get more popular with protests because people are not going to be renewing memberships. Man, I've even said for years, and I've heard tons of people saying, like, especially I play a lot of RS3. I know a lot of people I talk to on RS3 have been saying for a while that if they do add HD, that they would probably end up playing old school more, and I think I would too. I missed that back in the day when, I mean, which is crazy because back in the day they actually had HD RuneScape, and then they got rid of it. I loved it. I loved how it looked. I saw some screenshots too of the protests from the HD client, which is the beta users had taken some beta user had taken some pictures and posted on Facebook. It looked beautiful. Felidor looks fucking beautiful. The riots looked beautiful in HD. The reason they banned it is because they wanted to do it themselves. They didn't allow the release of the HD client because they said they wanted to do it themselves. That was their reasoning, which makes absolutely no sense. Somebody had already done all the work and they said, "No, fuck you for, you know, go fuck yourself. You spent over 2,000 hours." They weren't even getting paid. Somebody did it on their own for free. Took them over 2,000 hours. But Jagex like, "No, fuck you. We want to do it ourselves. We want to make our devs start over from scratch and make it on our own crappy client that no one uses." So, I mean, I think the original concerns with HD was had to do with source code, but that's not that ended up not being an issue anymore. Now it's just literally them saying, "No, we want to do it. No one else can do it but us." So they basically, their first statement was they which I think was one of the biggest scumbag moves they pulled, was they basically publicly on social media posted the cease and desist letter that they sent to 117. Probably sent it to Adam from RuneLight as well, basically telling them like, "Hey, yeah, you guys can't fucking do this. You have to stop now." Like, they basically demanded it, and then they publicly released that, just being super scumbags, bragging about it. I don't even see how it would be a competition. People playing on an HD client are still going to be spending money to jagex for playing the game. So I mean, it's not like they're going to lose money or players for allowing an HD plugin. It doesn't make sense. And if there's, I mean, I don't see how that would be competitive or how that is a threat to them. It's literally saving their developers, you know, time. It's saving them money on working on the project. But they're being selfish and they want to do it themselves. And I think it goes along with the big fear of them banning third-party clients. They want to have all the features of RuneLight on their client, which, I mean, recently they have been slowly adding features onto their client, adding RuneLight features, popular features onto their client. So I think it's definitely them working towards moving away from third-party clients. Just scary. I don't think they realize how serious and how horrible of a decision that is. Doesn't make sense. They don't lose any money because of third-party clients. But if they ban third-party clients, they will lose money because people will quit playing. Room temperature IQ decision. Yeah, I mean, I feel horrible for the J mods and the developers because this wasn't their decision. This is spewed from the mouths of the corporate overlords, I'm assuming. Yeah, no, they definitely make more money because of RuneLight. If they banned RuneLight, I mean, more players use RuneLight than the RuneScape client, so there's gonna be a lot. Why are they still there? I don't know what you mean. Yeah. No, it doesn't make sense why they would be against a third-party client. Third-party client doesn't take money away from them. Third-party client, I mean, I would, yeah, be willing to say that there's more players in this game because of the third party client, because it has features that people want that they don't have on their client. Not really. So I'll read their post. Again, what they posted, their statement today. And don't take it seriously. It's just a bullshit blog post. They posted what they posted today to try to shut people up, and they try to silence the riots. But they said that following our conversations today with 117scape and Adam from RuneLite, we were exploring options on how we can work together to offer 117scape's plugin as a bridge until our own version is ready for release. They're not allowing it. They said, I guess maybe we'll temporarily let them work on it until we have it on our own. And then what? Once they have it, the HD on their own client, what are they going to do? They're going to probably ban it, and who knows? It's what that sounds like is that they just don't want third-party clients. So that's why there's more rioters today than there were yesterday, is because now their position is quite obvious that they're trying to work away from third-party clients. I mean, listen, they say, we know we need to do better in providing a clearer vision for our own client, why we made this decision, and what this means to the game and community in the longer term. We will start to do this over the coming days. So, I mean, if you read that post, that it might on the surface, it might sound like a good thing. It might sound like, oh, hey, yeah, they're going to allow it. No, that's scary, because that's them saying, yeah, maybe we'll just allow it until we get rid of it altogether, until we have all the features on our client, and then they'll try and get rid of third-party clients. It was definitely a bullshit blog post. And that's why, I mean, you'll see people spamming it, like, don't listen to the bullshit blog posts. They're just doing it. That's them trying to have some form of crowd control, trying to, slow down or silence the riots. But I mean, who knows? Like I said, it's nighttime. I mean, their only reason they would want to work with 117 and Adam from RuneLite right now is because of the riots. They're just trying to silence the riots until they can, add it on their own. But again, it would be years probably until they developed it. I don't know why they would even. That means they're gonna have to spend money on developing it. They're gonna have to give man hours. Their developers gonna have to work on it, and that's gonna cost them more money. Instead, they could just use this plugin that already exists. But the main point is that it's scary, because this is an action of them moving towards banning third-party clients, basically. Is they're saying, we want to focus on our client. We want our client to be the only client. I doubt they would buy it off. I mean, at this point, they should have. I mean, they've known about the 117scape project. I mean, it's been going on for years. They've known about it. They should have hired him when this first started to gain traction. Yeah, exactly. They don't have enough manpower to work on their own client. I mean, the support for their client is horrible, and it took them years to add some basic features that RuneLite had. So for them to spend the money and the man hours to make their own HD, it's going to take way too long, and it's going to cost them an astronomical amount of money. Companies like that, when they're developing, it costs so much money in like man hours and everything. Like, makes no sense for them to be so adamant about doing it themselves. And I mean, in the past, they have hired what's his name from the OS Buddy guy, right? The guy who made OS Buddy. I think they hired him. They should have done that with 117 as soon as, because I mean, a couple of years ago was when, maybe it's more than a couple of years at this point. It's been years, but I remember when I first heard about it, it first started gaining traction, and people were first starting to talk about the the HD plugin, and there's a ton of people. I mean, there was a beta test for it. People were playing it in beta. Um, they should have hired 117 back then. Yeah, exactly. If they're smart, they would have. I mean, if they're smart, they would have already done it. So, I mean, I don't think they're going to be smart about this. I think, I mean, and Adam from Moonlight, I mean, they are in close. They always that's one of the reasons why Runelight is so popular and why it's allowed is because they've always been in close conversation with Adam, and I think they just need to absorb some of them, or at least hire them, allow them to actually. They should just make RuneLight the official client. It's so much better. It has so many more features. It actually runs well. It works good. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, exactly. One guy made it faster than jagex ever will be able to, and he did it for free in his spare time. All the work has been done. For them being a corporate company, it doesn't make sense why they would want to spend all the time to do it themselves. It's such a waste of money and man hours, and those poor devs and JMods, I bet, are just sitting there like, fuck. Now we have to do this ourselves. Somebody already did it, and it's probably not even going to be as good. I guarantee it's not going to be as good either. I mean, something made by a fan, he made it. I mean, it was made out of love and out of a passion for the game. So that's a completely different angle than the devs being forced to. I mean, if any of you are aware and how bad the game industry is with like forcing devs to cram and work overtime and all these crazy hours, basically like destroying these developers' lives by making them work so hard, it's gonna be a nightmare. And I mean, like I said, also it's nighttime in England right now, so we're not going to hear anything from jagex probably until I'd say like 9 or 10 o'clock England time tomorrow. So it'll be like 2 a.m. my time. So it's like what, midnight ish? No, I don't know. Yeah, 2 a.m. I don't know. But yeah, we won't hear another statement for a while now. But it'll be really interesting to say. Sorry, real interesting to see what they have to say tomorrow. I mean, because obviously people are quite openly not happy about their current statement. Yeah, I honestly think they should just they should make RuneLight the official client. They're just so obsessed with their own client, even though it's garbage and no one uses it. They're obsessed with it. Which is funny too because Aaron, who he's the other explosive lion guy, him and I were both here last night on stream. He there's a way where you can actually add RuneLight to Steam. So when you open the game in Steam, it opens the RuneLight client instead of the RuneScape client. And that's what he did. That's what a lot of people who even use it on who you like play RuneScape through Steam now, it still is using the RuneLight client. Like people don't want to use their client. It's on raid 3 bosses. Backdoors, yeah. I mean, that was kind of the concern. But I mean, Adam works directly with them. Not really works with them, but they're in communications with Adam. So I mean, that's why there are. I mean, there's add-ons. There's RuneLight add-ons that aren't allowed. I mean, you have to be careful, but they they're. I mean, that was kind of an older thing. I think nowadays there aren't very many of those bad add-ons that they don't approve of because they wanted to keep that source code more secret and they didn't want all the source code to be. Oh man, what happened? Why did RuneScape go away? Oh no. All right, there you go. I don't know what happened there. I got it back. I think OBS freaked out when I yeah, OBS freaked out when I opened the the configuration tab on RuneLite. Um yeah, I don't know. They need to just absorb the RuneLite people. Not even that. Just make RuneLite the official client. That's what they need to do. Just give up on their client, save the time and effort. They could have the client everyone wants without spending a dime. If they just make this the official client, everything's already been made and it's here. But no, they want to spend all the hours and money to do everything themselves. Just dumb. I would love to. Obviously, I mean, this is just. I'm not a developer. I don't know. I'm not part of that company. I don't know what it takes to make games like this, but it just seems dumb. I would love. Maybe what they need to do is just be more transparent. Tell us why. Tell us why they don't want RuneLite to be like. Tell us why they want to work on their client, not RuneLite. Tell us like. Be transparent with us. Let us know why these decisions are being made. Don't just say we're making this decision and we're doing it because we want to work on our client and we want to focus on our client. Tell us why. Why do you want to focus on your own client? You know, you can't just say things and like have all these empty promises without telling us why. No, the HD plugin is they basically banned it. They basically gave a cease and desist and said you absolutely cannot release that plugin. Um, yeah, they basically told 117 and Adam that do not release it, do not go live with it. And I'm assuming if they did go live with it, then jagex would take legal action on them. So it's which server? This is World 302. Falador World 302. It's basically the default riot world, and the city riots are always in Falador. So come join us if you want. Come hop into World 302. There's hundreds and hundreds of people here. Have been for the last 2 days. I'm just streaming it, you know, sitting at home, not doing anything, taking time out of my day to join the community and help. It's a community effort. I mean, this game exists because of the community. You know, the community demanded old school to be a thing, and they made it a thing, and now they're making decisions without listening to their player base. So we have to have our voices heard. Yeah, I tomorrow's post is going to be important. I think they're going to have to really be careful with what they say because the day 2 post they made today was made even more people mad than the original one. So they I think it's great. They definitely are trying to shut us up. I mean, the first sentence of today's statement was we hear your feedback loud and clear and we absolutely intend to act on it. And then they went ahead and said some shit that pissed everyone off even more. So they're going to have to be very careful with what their statement tomorrow is. And I think, like I said earlier, they just need to, what they need to do is they need to say, all right, we're going back on what we said. We need to, oh, I see Aaron. Aaron must be at work on his phone. I see him over here running around, following around over there. They need to, what they should do, the right decision for them to do. And I think the smart thing for them to do would just to be their statement. All they should do is just say, all right, we hear the fan base. We understand you're upset. We know what you want. And we are going to allow the HD client, the HD plugin. We're going to allow it. I think even then, I think it'd be okay if they even said, Although we will be working on our own, blah blah blah. But I think basically the only thing that's gonna diffuse this situation is by them saying, okay, we're going to allow that plugin. We're not going to outlaw the plugin. Like the plugin is allowed. Go for it. That's the smart decision. I think that's what they do. Because then they can do that, and then they can do whatever the fuck they want in their own time, and in the fucking 5 years or whatever it's going to take for them to make their own HD plugin for their own client. Just let us have it, and don't make threats like saying like, oh, we're just going to use it as a bridge. Like, they shouldn't have said that. They shouldn't have said that. Even if that's what they're planning on doing, they shouldn't have said that, because that's just going to piss people off and make people think like, oh yeah, they're eventually going to try and get rid of third party. So the one thing they can do to diffuse this is to allow the plugin, and they need to quit having these bullshit empty promise blog posts trying to diffuse the situation. If they want to diffuse the situation, do what the people want, which is quite obvious what the people want. If they aren't aware of what the people want, then they're fucking idiots. Yeah, we got like, I want to say like 8 or 9 hours probably until we see another post from them. At least 8 or 9 hours until we see another post from them. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see if they decide to they can take our plugin, but they'll never take our hearts. I love this. I love seeing the community come together, and I love seeing all the memeing and all the funny shit, and everyone's sitting here, everyone's giving up their XP, everyone's committing to the XP waste and to the protest. It's great. It's great to see the community come together like this. Oh, my retribution wasn't on. Gotta turn that retribution back on. Retribution on, I guess that's a thing everyone's doing because we're demanding retribution for their actions. So that's a thing. Yeah, I wish I had the protest banner, but I gotta do like 5 or 6 quests before I can do that. Valador trade place, yep. Yeah, it's great. And I think everyone should also, if you're not aware of the history of RuneScape riots, definitely go to Crumb's channel and watch he has a 2-part series about the history of riots. And I mean, it explains why people riot in this game, because some of those first riots are, I mean, the game is what it is because of those riots. Decisions were changed and decisions were made because of riots. So that's why people riot, is because we know it's gonna get answers. I don't think there's been a riot that ended up not being solved. So the fact that people are rioting is definitely a good sign. We're definitely gonna see. I mean, I hope we're gonna see a change because of this. People are saying we won, jagex backed up. No, they didn't. Nope. We haven't won until the plugin is allowed. Yeah, they haven't actually changed anything. That guy's right. Nope. And there's not. If you hear anyone saying there is a change in the next like 8 hours, they're wrong, because jagex is all asleep right now. Everyone in England is asleep. They're not making any decisions. They're not making any public statements until at least 8 hours from now. Skyrim belongs to the Empire. I love this. I love all the community. This game's got a great community. When people aren't being, trolls and, scamming people and shit. And this game's got a great community. It's great. It's great to see people come together to fight the corporate overlords of this game. That's who the real enemy is. It sucks that the devs and the JMods are gonna take a hit from this, because it's not their fault. This is corporate overlords' fault. I genuinely feel sorry for jagex employees right now. I'm gonna scroll through my chat, and I don't see any mods in here right now. There were mods earlier today. When I was here earlier, there was a mod over somewhere over here by the what is this? The Cassie, what's her? The Shield Shop. Yeah, there was a player, not a J mod, a P mod. There was a P mod over here earlier, but I don't see him anymore. I'm sure there are some. They're probably just not saying anything. They're probably keeping quiet, and I guarantee there have been J mods in here as well. I mean the old school J mods are quite well known for playing the game, so they're definitely going to be observing. You can see Aaron's over here on his phone, following the circling around the bar, the pub. 3117 free HD. We pay, we say. But that's a saying that the we pay, we say is a saying that's gone back to some of those first riots, to the PK riots and the free trade riots, which is part of the reason why jagex actually listened for some of those riots, because they realized, oh shit, yep, these people, they pay. We should probably fucking listen to them. So we can only hope in this situation they do the same thing. Oh yeah, for sure. I'm sure I'm sure when the riot started, the player mods were like, whatever direct line of communication they have with the J mods and the devs, they probably like the player mods were probably like, holy shit, and they were probably like, yo, shit's going down here, you guys need to do something. I'm sure the player mods are just blowing up the J mods. I think a majority of the employees, I'd say a majority of the actual J mods, the employees at jagex, I would assume a majority of them are aware of how bad of a decision this was. And I would love to know. I wish they would. They're probably not going to publicly say anything about it, at least for a while, until there's a solution. But I would bet that within the company there was J mods openly stating that they don't think this is a good idea to their bosses and saying like, they shouldn't do this. This probably is a bad idea. You shouldn't do this. I mean, a lot of the J mods are players themselves, so they hear, they're part of the community. They hear what people say. They know how the players are going to react to shit. So there's no way they didn't say it. Which just it goes to prove that this is the corporate overlord decision, because no one who actually works for jagex, none of the J mods would have made this decision. Not a smart decision. Every single one of them, I guarantee, knew this was going to cause an uproar. I wouldn't be surprised if they warned player mods, if they told player mods there were going to be riots. I would not be surprised if they were prepared for it and they knew that as soon as that statement was released that there was going to be riots. Yeah, we got the cows going on over here. Love it. Cancel your subs. Give us HD, or wait, was it? Give us HD or we give up our memberships. Yep. Nah, none of the higher ups play the game. I mean, they're owned by a corporate conglomerate that owns tons of companies and stuff. There's no one in the Carlisle group who plays this game, which sucks, because this is a game basically where the majority of the employees of jagex play the game. So I think I would definitely be impressed if there were mods here rioting with us. I think if they were allowed to, but drop party is on fire. Are you at is that at the party place? The party room. I know yesterday it was kind of funny. They were yesterday in the party room. Uh, they were dropping wooden chairs and ropes, which is fucking hilarious. If you get that, obviously it's a suicide joke, but it's kind of not funny, but it's hilarious, you know. Too bad I'm an Iron Man. Oh yeah, no drops for you. I think Aaron and I were talking about. I mean, if we weren't protesting and if this does get fixed, um, we were talking about starting to make a video series on our channel of doing group Iron Man or a shared Iron Man account. We already have an Iron Man account that we had made that we were gonna share and have a shared Iron Man account where like we played one at a time and switched off. Um, you know, obviously we're not going to do that right now because we're protesting. So, but as soon as these riots are over, as soon as they fix this issue, we're pretty sure we're going to start a video series of either group Iron Man or a shared Iron Man account uh, with us playing. Something we've always wanted to do, we just never started. I definitely want to do Iron Man. I had an Iron Man account I played for a little bit, but I never got too much into it. I was always too focused on my main accounts and stuff. But still, it's something fun. I mean, I played back in the day when a normal account was an Iron Man account for the most part, minus like the trading. It's a fun little challenge. There's someone spamming go back to RS3 if you want HD. That's kind of defeats the purpose because RS3 is basically a totally different game. I mean, I play RS3 and I think it's completely different than this game. It's not just the graphics in that game, the whole playstyle is different. I think the people complaining, telling us to go play RS3 are idiots because even if there was an HD client, they don't have to use it if they don't want to use it. Quit on my main after it got hacked for 3 bill. Oof. Yeah, that sucks. So my original account, it's over 15 years old. I play it on RS3 now. That account got hacked while during a period when I wasn't playing, and I had one of every color party hat and like all some crazy shit and Santa hat from all back in the day because I've been playing since 2001. Um, all that shit got stolen. My account got hacked during a period of time when I wasn't playing, so that sucks. But at least I still have my original account. Not my original account. It's my oldest account that I have access to. I think it's probably 16, maybe more over 16 years old at this point. I can't remember. But yeah, I play that account on RS3 regularly. Dude, I was looking forward to HD too, man. I had been taking a break kind of from old school. But I had always been saying, like, if as soon as they release HD, I'm gonna jump right back into this game and play it a ton. Just bought membership too. Oof. You could always cancel it. um, yeah, or at least don't renew it when it runs out unless they fix the issue. That's why I'm glad I had a bond in my bank because I wanted to come protest, but I didn't have membership, so I activated a bond to be able to come to the riots. Absolutely not spending money on this game though until they fix this situation, and I highly urge everyone else to not spend money on the game. Hit them in the corporate overlords. The only thing they'll react to is money, so we got to hit them on their pockets. Make them understand they can't fuck with the RuneScape player base. Jagex did 7-Eleven. Nice. Man, gotta love it. Community coming together to fight the corporate fat cats. I don't know why people would come here, and I guess the people who are here protesting against the protest and talking shit, telling us to play RS3, they're just here for attention. There's no point for them to be here. Why are you here if you're not in solidarity with the rest of the players? Get the fuck out of here. I'm not even gonna respond to them. That's what they want. They want to fucking get in an argument with someone. People like that are just looking for attention. I like fat puss, and I can't deny. The town cried some quality of life fixes this week. That's funny. It better be. They better fix some shit. You got a lot of shit to fix right now. People are not happy. We want more empty worlds. I'm wearing a mask. Look, I got my Twisted Slayer helm on, so don't worry. Safe. It's a Slayer helm, so it includes a face mask. Haha. You know, everyone's gonna get there's gonna be an outbreak of old school COVID because of the riots, right? Everyone's gonna get sick. God forbid. That's what we need to protest. No vaccines in RuneScape. Why is there no vaccine? Our characters are gonna get sick and die. We need old school vaccines. Let's see. Go to my bank. At least the nose peg is mandatory. Yeah, dude. I mean the Slayer helm is a nose peg and a face mask, right? Can't remember. I think it's like one of every Slayer head thing. I think. I can't remember. Prayer potions. Yeah, I got like almost 1,000 left. Oh, maybe that's the guy trading me the needle and the antidote. Maybe I think that might have been a vaccine joke actually, now that I think about it. That's kind of funny. It was I got my vaccine, guys. I got a needle and I got an antidote. We're good. No RuneScape COVID for me. Selling prayer pots. Just give them away for free. Don't charge people for prayer pots here. This is a riot. We're all supposed to be helping each other out. Merge clans hate this one cannon trick. Free prayer pots. There you go. There's someone giving away the free prayer pots. I know I saw someone earlier doing that. The trade never stops, Snowpiercer. We want action, not bullshit blog posts. I can't believe that, dude. When I saw that blog post this morning, I knew it was gonna be a big deal. Before I even got on, me and Aaron were texting, talking about how it was gonna set people off, and then he got on his phone. He was like, "Dude, the world's like lagging out this morning." When he got on to check because of that post, so many more people had been hopping in here. More people than yesterday for sure. I'm curious to know what the world population is actually. Let's see. Yeah, 1700. So it's still like 200 more people. There's like 800 people in the free world. Let's hop over to 301 real quick. Let's see. I know there's probably not that many people here at 301. Yeah, not that many people here. The more when people's accounts start running out, I feel like it's definitely going to start getting more crowded in 301. Go back to 302. Oh my god, it's just, yeah. Oh my god, so many more people. Actions, not words. Yep, we need more actions. You can't just try and shut us up with bullshit blog posts, jagex. It's not the way to handle this situation. Damn, y'all still here? No shit, we're still here. Problem hasn't been fixed yet. Seen a lot of people saying to vote no on the current poll. Is there a current poll going on right now? God, just go over here. No, there is not a current poll. I don't know what people are talking about. That's another thing that's, I think, upsetting me and other people, is that they claimed this game was supposed to be the players were supposed to vote on all changes. Put a fucking vote up. Okay. If they put up a vote for players to vote about their opinions on third-party clients HD, if the majority of player base, it has to be what, 70 something, 75%, 72%, whatever, for a thing to pass. If it doesn't pass in a poll, I don't think anyone could argue. But I think it would pass overwhelmingly on a poll. But they can't go and make decisions like this that affects the player base without, asking the player base. This game is supposed to be, for the players by the players kind of thing. But no, jagex wants to make their own client better, even though it sucks. Kind of funny because their blog posts about them wanting to work on their own client, have HD on their own client. It's kind of them just publicly admitting that their own client is trash and nobody likes it. Pay 117 and release his work. I don't even care if they pay him. I mean, he probably doesn't even care. Just let him release it. The dude spent over 2,000 hours making that plugin. He's probably pissed, dude. Fucking let him release it. All his hard work's just gone to waste. Free my boy 117. jagex CEO needs to step down. Yeah. Y'all protest, I don't have to. Yeah. Yep. That's why I'm streaming, trying to stream this too, so people who aren't able to protest can still at least watch and know that the protests are still going on. We're still here. We're still staying strong, coming together as a community to let jagex and their corporate overlords know what's up. 117 was an inside job. Ban bots before clients. I agree 100%. Get rid of the bot problem before you fucking focus on fucking third-party clients and plugins. Jesus Christ. Which is funny, because I mean, even there's who is it? Someone in chat earlier was saying they're never going to release the client. Well, then people are going to be rioting here until that happens. I mean, it's not like people are just going to give up and stop writing. It's quite obvious what people want. And they're not just going to give up. Jagex is actually going to have to do something. Yeah, no, like I was saying earlier, the RuneScape community, when shit pisses us off, we band together and we band together the community and we get shit done. But you know, when there's not shit pissing us off, we you know, we're just trolling each other, scamming each other, talking shit. But that's out of love. We talk shit to each other because we love each other. But when something threatens all of us and you know, the way we play our game, yeah, bet your ass we're all gonna come together and fucking let them know what's up. It's good to see that the riots have only increased in population um, since yesterday. It's awesome. A couple hundred people more in this world now than there even were yesterday. It's great. And that's, I mean, right now it's in the middle of the night too in a lot of countries. So there's, I mean, I would say this is mainly just the American players that are protesting right now. And then when it comes to nighttime, all the other people from the other countries wake up and they're going to hop in here. Took over Reddit. Is it on Reddit too? People, I mean, I guarantee, yeah, all the social medias. I mean, the Twitter page, you can go to their Twitter and read all the comments on the blog posts. People are protesting on there. On the Facebook group, every comment on their posts on the Facebook group is all protest. It's all over. This is everywhere. They have, okay, I really wish I would have saved the picture so I could show you on stream. I didn't though. But on the Facebook page, I don't remember if it was one of the Facebook shitposting pages or the actual, like, I mean, there's no official RuneScape fan page, but one of the fan pages I follow on RuneScape, I think it was like RuneScape OSRS community is the page. Somebody did post a picture of the riots from the HD beta client. It looked goddamn beautiful. It looked amazing, and I can't fucking wait. Like, I want HD so bad. It would 100% spark my re-spark my love for this game. I mean, I still play RS3 a lot. I love that game. I love this game. But yeah, I would probably play this game more than RS3 if they added HD back. I just love anything RuneScape, to be honest. I don't care. I mean, people can talk shit about RuneScape 3. It's still RuneScape to me. It still has my account that's like over 16 years old or however fucking old it is. I mean, I'm not going to quit playing that game. I have my old account on there. But yeah, no, if you go on Facebook or maybe even on Reddit, I'm sure you can find pictures of the riot in HD. And it looks so beautiful. It really does. It looked amazing. I should have saved that picture. I'll try and find it. I'm going to hop off here in a bit. I got to make some fucking dinner or something. But I'll start the stream up again later tonight, and Aaron will be on tonight too. We'll be chatting and rioting. And I'll try and see if I can get that picture to show people how beautiful the riot is in HD. It's there, yeah. Yeah, I thought that was amazing. Someone did that, took a picture in the beta. Um, can't wait to see how jagex handles this day 3. They're the last 2 days they have fucked up and pissed everyone off. So honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they make no public statements tomorrow. They're probably just not going to, because they know anything they say that's not okay, we're going to allow the plugin. Anything they say that's not that is going to piss people off. So the WoW community needs to take notes. Yeah, I mean, they have bigger problems than plugins. Their problem is that everybody in the everybody in that company is right now being accused of sexual scandals and shit. They got a lot more problems over in the Blizzard Activision side than here on jagex. So I am not jealous of WoW fans. I wouldn't want to be dealing with that. I'd rather be dealing with not allowing a plugin than everyone who makes the game being accused of like rape and shit. And like treating their employees like shit. At least that doesn't really happen to jagex too much. I mean, there's been some accusations of like cramming and forcing employees in long hours, but none of that like sexual harassment that like literally every woman that works for Activision Blizzard is accused some sort of bosses of sexual harassment. Fucking insane. Sounds like a fucking horrible place to work if you're a woman. Oh, why did my retribution turn off? God damn it. Appreciate anyone. You guys have dropped any likes on us. Go ahead and subscribe too if you want. I mean, I'm gonna be either me or Aaron are probably gonna be streaming Riot content until it like every day, at least for a while, until this is solved. So yeah, I mean, this is important to us as RuneScape players. I know we don't have a lot of RuneScape content on our channel as of right now. We were talking about starting to make more RuneScape content, but we're not going to do that if we're protesting. So hopefully this all gets solved and we'll start making some more RuneScape content. I've been going for like 2 hours and 20 minutes. I think I'm gonna wrap it up here for this. I'm gonna go ahead and end it. Thanks to anyone who's still watching, or anyone who has watched, or if you're watching the recording of this. You know, we gotta stay strong. We gotta, you know, we gotta fight the man here. But I'm hungry. I need to go make some dinner. I'm gonna make some dinner, do some stuff. I'll start a stream back up in a little while here tonight. So subscribe if you want to be notified when that starts up. But keep on writing, keep on protesting. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll catch you all later tonight. 3117 free HD. We pay, we say.